The alien women were laughing at Earth's defenses until they saw a human soldier. They stood above the battlefield in their sleek black ship, orbiting lazily over the ruined city. Tall, radiant, and wrapped in shimmering armor that seemed to glow from within, the three alien women watched Earth through the transparent hull. "It is almost sad," said Varelli, brushing a strand of silver hair behind her ear. "They truly thought they had a chance. Look at their primitive tanks and aircraft. They couldn't stop a child from invading a village." Lazara chuckled. "It's worse than sad. It's entertaining. We've conquered 9 planets. But this is by far the weakest defense we've encountered. I was expecting more from the so-called home world of humanity." Zirani, the youngest of the three and newest to command, laughed louder. "Where's this famous human spirit? These ruins? This chaos? I see only fear. Their cities burn before us, and they crawl like insects beneath our feet." They all laughed together, the sound echoing around the chamber like wind through metal. But then the ship's central panel beeped softly. "Something's moving," Varelli muttered. "On the surface. Isolated signal. No transponder. No drone ID. Just human. A survivor?" Lazar raised an eyebrow. "Leave it. The planet is ours." But Zirani frowned and narrowed her eyes, zooming in. "No, this one isn't running. He's walking, straight toward our vanguard." Curiosity flared among them. "Put on the main display," Varelli ordered. The screen bloomed with clarity. There he was, a lone human figure walking steadily down the cracked road of the ruined city. He wore no helmet, just a worn gray uniform, torn in places, dust-covered, burned in others. His right arm was bandaged, the cloth stained red, but he walked with purpose. No fear, no hesitation. "Why is he walking toward our mechs?" Lazara asked, tilting her head. "He's unarmed." "He has a sidearm," Zirani corrected, squinting. "Old-fashioned ballistic model. But look at how he moves, like he's been through all this before." "Let's watch," Varelli said, her voice suddenly quiet. Below, the human reached the outer edge of the city where the alien forces had landed. The invader mechs, towering machines with sleek plasma rifles and reinforced armor, stood motionless, guarding the forward outpost. The man stopped just outside the perimeter. One of the mechs swiveled its massive head. He raised his hand. In a moment, a voice buzzed in his earpiece. "Unidentified human. This is occupied territory. Retreat, or be eliminated." He said nothing. He took 3 more steps forward. "I repeat." He raised his sidearm and fired. The bullet struck the mech's left optic. It blinked and recoiled, and in that second, he darted forward, a movement too fast for a wounded man. He leapt, landed on the leg of the machine, pulled something from his belt, a magnetic charge, and slammed it onto the joint. Then he dropped back and sprinted as the charge detonated. The mech's leg buckled. It fell. Before the second mech could respond, he was already on its blind side. Another charge. Another fall. On the alien ship, the 3 women stared. "He took out 2 of our machines with just explosives," Varelli whispered. "He's just one man," Zirani added, stunned. "But not an ordinary one," Lazar said slowly. "Look again. That movement, that precision. This is not a civilian." By now, the human had taken one of the fallen mech's weapons, a heavy plasma rifle, and was moving again. Each step was measured. He didn't rush. He didn't speak. But every move he made was intentional. More alien drones began to converge. They swooped down like metal vultures. He dropped to a knee, aimed skyward, and began to fire. Each shot was perfect. One drone, one burst. The rifle hummed with power. In seconds, the sky was clear again. On board the ship, The women stared in silence. Zirani broke it. "We must stop him. He's heading for the outpost command." Lazara turned. "No. Wait. What?" "This is not about strategy anymore," Lazara said. "I want to meet this human. I want to see the face of someone who dares to fight us alone." Virelli nodded. "Prepare the descent pod." The 3 alien women landed minutes later, in the clearing near the command outpost. They emerged with their cloaks swirling behind them, long hair catching the wind. Their armor shimmered with authority and ancient design. They were royalty among warriors, and they knew it. But when they saw him, the human, he was already there, standing on a ruined pillar, rifle slung over his shoulder. He did not run. He did not bow. He simply looked at them. His voice, when he spoke, was hoarse but strong. "You came down here just for me?" Zirani sneered. "You dare speak so casually?" He smirked faintly. "You bomb my city. Kill my people. I think I've earned the right." Lazara stepped forward. "You are unlike the others." They screamed. They ran. "You fight. Alone." "That's how we were trained," he said. "To be the last line. To make you fear us." Virelli's expression shifted slightly. "Who are you?" He looked them in the eyes, one by one. "Sergeant Elias Monroe, 5th Earth Resistance. And I'm not the last." They tensed. "You're lying," Zirani said, but she didn't sound confident. Elias shrugged. Maybe not. But if I can do all this on my own," he gestured to the fallen machines, the smoke still rising behind him. "What do you think will happen when the real soldiers show up?" Silence. Then Lazar asked softly, "Why are you not afraid of us?" He looked at her, and for a moment, the war faded. The ruined city fell into stillness. "You think you've already won," he said. "You see broken buildings and call us weak. But you don't understand humans. Not really. You conquer land. We fight for people. You crush walls. We rebuild. You laugh at our weapons, but forget we created them through pain, through desperation. When we have nothing left, we are most dangerous." The 3 women stared. Zirani's voice had lost its sharpness. "You should be dead." Elias nodded. "I've been close. But I'm still here. That's how humanity survives." He turned then and walked past them, not fleeing, just leaving, as if he'd already said all that needed to be said. They didn't stop him. Couldn't. When he was gone from view, Virelli whispered, "We underestimated them." Lazar nodded slowly. "I felt it when he looked at us. That fire, that defiance. It wasn't madness. It was belief." Zirani shivered slightly. "What do we do now?" Lazar looked out at the ruins and said, "We change our plans. If we face more like him, we may not win this war as easily as we thought." Later, back on their ship, they watched again as Elias walked into the next city, rifle over his shoulder, greeting others who came from hiding. Survivors, soldiers, people with weapons in their hands and hope in their eyes. A resistance was rising. And now, the alien women knew something they hadn't before. Earth's strength wasn't its weapons. It was its people, and the human soldier was the warning. Not the end, but the beginning